want to first of all welcome the leader of the UP party, Member of Parliament Theodore Heilager, and the rest of the members of the United People's Party. I want to say a hearty welcome as well to all the members present of the National Alliance, both parties represented by their members of Parliament and their members of Parliament elect. Also a hearty welcome to members of the respective political parties and of course you members of the media. We would like to thank you for being here and through you to inform the people of St. Martin of the latest developments in the following the elections held on Monday the 26th of September. As is known to all, following the elections, a brief announcement was made that the United People's Party and the National Alliance, both with 5 seats, reached an agreement on Tuesday morning around 6 o'clock. An agreement was signed between the leaders and the deputy leaders on behalf of their parties on the way forward in the formation of a new government. There was much speculation as to why these two parties have come together. There are even those who ran ahead of themselves and announced that a coalition or the present coalition had agreed to continue, and that was not the case. There are also, rumors and or speculations that at least one member of the National Alliance faction had declared himself or would declare himself independent. That is also absolutely not true. The member in question is present, and one would say, okay, he may be present, but there is no but to it. The member is not going anywhere, has not voiced his dissatisfaction, and can be seen. All members elect in both respective parties are here to show their approval and their support for it. One would ask what would have prompted two parties that have been sort of rivals over the years, even though the United People's Party was established in 2010. So there is no long history of rivalry between them and the National Alliance. But what is clear is that in 2010, the National Alliance won 7 seats and was left out of government, and between 2010 and 2014 has worked with different parties and different factions or individuals who had declared themselves independent, but in that period there was never a coming together of those two parties. Similarly, the United People's Party has worked with other parties and has worked with independent members who have left their respective parties, but the two political parties had not worked ever since 2010. Up till now, they have not formed any coalition to work together in providing St. Martin with a government. Both have had 7 seats at one point. We have had 4 seats in the 2014 election, 7 seats in the 2010 election, and now the voters have decided to give both parties not 7, not 6, but have reduced them both to 5. Following the elections results, we have had our discussions, and as I said, around 6 o'clock or 6:30 in the morning, we have finally put pen to paper and we have signed the agreement on the way forward. So actually, this short press moment, if you want to call it, is to formally announce to the people of St. Martin that there is no speculation as to whether the photo they have seen has any truth to it or not, or whether members have already started declaring themselves independent or not. So these are my opening remarks at this point in time.
Life is a journey full of connections. You're in safe hands even when life starts too soon. You don't have to miss a single beat. When a bad hair day makes you sad, just sharing can bring you joy and more to come. They take the plunge, turn fear into faith, while you capture those beautiful moments. In the game of life, it's family that counts. They'll be there even when you lose. We all have our moments of reflection and hope. And when you feel you're losing everything in life, we're there because there's more to come. When life starts too soon, you don't have to miss a single beat. We're here to connect you and share life. Telcel, when you want more.
GEBE has been faithfully serving the communities of St. Martin, powering your home and our economy. Come rain or shine, our qualified team of professionals are working hard 24 hours a day to provide you and your family with safe, reliable electricity and water. We use the latest technologies and test our products daily to maintain the highest international standards. Our friendly staff is always there to assist you, whether in person, over the phone, or online. We are committed to constantly improving our products and services, making them more efficient, effective, and environmentally friendly to serve you better today and our next generation of clients tomorrow. GEBE, powering a brighter future.
Our friend Mega Wadi is here with tips to save you energy. 1. Turn your airco temperature up. 2. Use a ceiling fan instead. 3. Buy energy-saving products. Save some green with NVGEBE.
Need a loan that's quick and easy. Island Finance. Up to 50,000 guineas really easy. Island Finance. For education, a renovation, that's no problem. Yes, it's true. That's not all. They're quick and friendly too. Island Finance. Appliances, vacations, even fix your car. You can depend on Island Finance.
Thank you, Prime Minister Martin, leader of the National Alliance. Good afternoon to the members of the press. First of all, my congratulations to the National Alliance also and its membership, all of the members that have been here in Parliament with us for the last few years, and also the new members elect, as well as to the United People's Party members as well, and those that the new incoming members of Parliament. I will say that today is a few days ago was a historic moment, because I can go back as far as 1995 when I had the opportunity to work with the leader of the National Alliance, but then at the time in a different namesake. I think both of us had different names of different parties, and I believe that that coalition worked well together. So I believe that today, in a time when the people have required that stability is the key word for future governments, that we came together very early in the morning. Actually, I must say that the negotiations were very, let me see the word. I'm so accustomed of saying rough war to the National Alliance. Nice, happy, cordial relationship. And I believe that it was, you made me white that day, yes. But I believe that there were cordial discussions, especially not only in regards to the portfolio division, but how both parties saw the future of the country and what needed to be done together. I believe that the two parties coming together shows a maturity for the country itself, should show also to the rest of the world that we have St. Martin at heart, that we need to put aside our differences and make sure that the only common ground that we have is St. Martin, and we continue to make it a better place. I will keep it to those short remarks. I look forward to making sure that this relationship and this coalition works for the full term of the 4 years, because again, it is for the people of St. Martin.
Can you guarantee the people of St. Martin that this coalition will go for the full 4 years and there will be no instability? We have been hearing this since St. Martin became a country, and always the boat capsized. Can we get a full guarantee? Have you spoken to your elected members that they need to put St. Martin first?
I like that you only asked me that question. But,
because the National Alliance,
we have spent the last 2 days actually meeting, and that is why we haven't decided to do a joint press conference today. The United People's Party has met with its entire membership, the list of candidates that have worked in the campaign, its board, and our supporters as well, in order to make sure that we explain what exactly happened. That's why we've been also quiet, because again, we believe that we needed to inform our membership first before we have this press conference. I believe that both parties have had that discussion. I must say, on our side, the party membership itself has been very open to the idea of joining with the National Alliance. I can say too that the amount of messages that I received after the announcement was made was also all favorable. The people of St. Martin, I believe, are looking forward to this relationship. So I cannot say that we've had any misgivings on our side for the joining of this coalition.
No, I think we have been through the same process. We have had some of our core members who have like, huh? What's happening here? Why this choice? And once a brief explanation was given, everybody was on board. We have met as well as a party with all our 23 candidates with our board, and we have received the full support and the full approval of everyone. In addition to that, I must thank the many voters, not only supporters, but many voters, people who did not vote for me. Some of them did not even vote for the party, but have voiced their satisfaction with what was achieved, what was accomplished between the two parties. We campaigned for sure on the basis of we need stability. St. Martin cannot continue changing governments every year, or in a time span of 5 years, having 5 governments. We cannot afford it. The people are sick and tired of it, and people are asking and crying out, please get your house in order and govern the country. On our part, we are saying we are prepared to do so. One cannot give any guarantees that somebody may not become disgruntled at some point in time, but there is absolutely no reason. We'd like those phones to be on silent, please. There is absolutely no reason for us to doubt any one of our members. From our part, all our ministers will be coming from our slate. We campaigned on that basis as well, that what you see is what you get. Our ministers will be coming from our 23 candidates. So we have no concerns about this one is going to jump ship and walk away with the seat and these kind of things. So from our end, we advocate stability, and we truly look forward to St. Martin having we can call this a broad-based government in terms of while it is 2 parties, we would have 10 seats. So whatever legislation is necessary to push forward that requires a 2/3 majority within the coalition. We have a guarantee of 10 seats, and we are confident that we will be able to provide a stable government for St. Martin for the next 4 years.
Oh my, what an inventory list, and so unnecessary. But wait, your home contents are all insured by Be Sure. That means that you determine the amount you want to insure. No inventory list, no hassle.
Are you be sure? Be sure.
Bob, I can understand why you're parking so carefully. Of course, when you can get 80% discount on your Be Sure car insurance. But that's overdoing it, Bob.
Are you be sure? Be sure.
Yeah!
The newest and latest products are already in St. Martin, available at the Fresh Market for only a few days. Come and check out the spectacular steam iron, the amazing Thompson sharpener to recover the edges of your old blade. Convert any regular blender to a professional extractor with the filter. Save toothpaste and keep your toothbrushes in order with the toothpaste dispenser. Mopping your house just became easier with the Magic Mop. And ladies, get ready to sweat with the Slimming Shapers vest. All this and more available for only a few days from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday to Sunday at the Fresh Market in Madame Estate.
We have sort of, if you want to call it, always run ahead of the governor. Political parties have, since 2010, have always been ahead of the process by announcing that there's a coalition agreement. It speeds up the process on the part of the governor. He has met with all political leaders already, but because there is a signed agreement between two political parties representing 10 seats, the governor would most likely swiftly move to appoint a formateur rather than an informateur, and the formation process can then begin. But the formation is a process that political parties need to await the instructions of the governor in terms of getting the credentials, etc., submitted for the screening of the respective ministers. None of us, none of the leaders can go and submit credentials or submit names to the prosecutor for screening, or submit names to the National Security Agency telling them to screen these, because it has to be based on an instruction from the government.
Years that since St. Martin became a country, the government fell on your side. So that's why the question was posed to you. It was not biased, but a reality. But now I'm going to go into asking you, you have two main portfolios, one being the Ministry of TAD and the Ministry of Justice. We're all aware of the situation in justice on St. Martin. Do you know, or do you have any plan as how are you going to strengthen the justice chain, especially Point Blanche Prison? And how do you plan to revive the economy, knowing that most of tourist ships are now heading to Taratola? How do you plan to do this?
The way of fixing the justice system is, first we need to start by appointing a new Minister of Justice, and the issue of getting back cruise ships and turning the economy around is the first step would be appointing a new Minister of Tourism. So when we get that far, maybe, then we'll tell you how we intend to do this.
The process that leads to the signing of a coalition agreement is a complicated one that almost is similar to the reaching agreement on the appointment of a pope in the Vatican. There's always smoke and little fires all over. There are big fires, there are small fires, there are fires in offices, there are fires on cellular phones, there are fires all over. But eventually, out of all of those fires, somewhere, white smoke comes out. And on Monday morning at 6 o'clock, Tuesday morning at 6 o'clock in the area of Rice Hill, there was white smoke. And that is really what matters at this point in time. Going into the intricacies of who called who and who spoke to who and who initiated and who did not want to continue is in essence irrelevant. Just like those people who would want to bring to the table, but 6 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago or on your last rally, you said this about Theo Heidegger, Theo Heidegger said that about you. These are all parts and parcels and pieces of the campaign process. We have seen that played out in the nomination of presidents, candidates for the US presidential race, people who called each other all kinds of names, endorsed the candidate once the candidate became the candidate for that party. And in this case, the election campaign is over. The period to govern this country has begun. The people have spoken. They have given 5 seats to the UP party. They have given 5 seats to the National Alliance. And the leadership of both parties have decided to work together in the interest of St. Martin. It is not relevant why the UP did not work with another party. It is not relevant why the National Alliance did not work with another party or other parties. What is relevant is the way forward. Where are we going to take St. Martin from here? Is there a blueprint of how we are going to fix economy, how we're going to fix education, how we're going to fix this or that? No, not yet, because each party has had their party manifesto, their campaign platform. One may be going in that direction and one might be going in this direction, but important is that in the coming weeks and days ahead, we will put teams together from both sides to ensure that plans already in process in government, ideas that the UP party would have and ideas that the National Alliance would have, and even if there are ideas that other political parties may have had, that we can borrow a sentence from or a page from and say, hey, that's a good idea that that political party had, or that's a good idea that the unions have voiced, or that's a good idea that this one has voiced. The important thing is campaign is over. There is no longer a need to find out who did what or who said what, but the way forward is what people are doing.
It's been said that behind every door, possibility awaits. How much possibility depends on which door you open first. Every day, we help our customers discover the possibilities in their lives. It all starts with a conversation. Scotiabank. Discover what's possible.
1,
2,
3,
4. This is how common it is to develop a mental illness. 1 out of every 4.
4,
4.
4. But there is hope. Today, most mental illnesses can be managed and treated. Visit your general doctor if you feel concerned about your thoughts and behaviors or have some difficulty dealing with some of life's issues.
If you have been diagnosed and are suffering from a mental illness, keep in mind these 4 points to help you manage your mental health.
1. Get regular checkups with your general doctor.
2. Stay on your treatment plan to prevent relapses.
3. Find a strong support group in your family and friends.
And 4, never be afraid to ask for help and look out for the warning signs of your illness.
Remember, you are not alone. We are as close as one.
2.
3.
4.
Learn about mental health illness by going to the Mental Health Foundation's website at www.mhf-sxm.com.
We have had party manifestos. We have a division of portfolios, and it does not mean now that in the portfolio of economic affairs goes to the UP party, that the UP party is the only, that they will bring their manifesto and say, this is what will be implemented. It has to become a governing program of both parties. And I indicated just now, in that process of arriving at a governing program, if there are issues that we both have overlooked or we both have paid attention to, that other parties may have brought to the floor or are part of processes already initiated in government, that we don't just say stop because UP is now responsible for a particular portfolio. That absolutely not. So I don't want to sit down here and mention anything about what is priority for me for 100 in the next 100 days or the next 30 days. We first need to get at our governing program.